Nilasa Isalay Nanongurarawa Niko Sana Kodoe Namataka Baunanuma Nananda Tonlasa
Doris,
How are you?
all right, you?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Very warm out here today. Nice sunny day on the golf course, but
It's going to piss down here. It's been raining overnight. It's not very nice out there at the moment, but it's not raining. Well, it might be a bit of a spit.
We had a few bushfires and the normal, but it's not been too bad a summer so far. But it's only early days yet.
Okay, and
I was gonna.
And you live in Sydney, right, Martin?
Yeah, I live about 40 minutes out of town.
Okay.
Towards the Blue Mountains.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I spoke to Macca earlier.
Yeah.
He wants to do this theatre restaurant again before Christmas. So we're going to have to organise that for a few of his mates.
Yeah.
And I also had a call this afternoon from Paul Robinson.
Oh, Bootsy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know Paul, Colonel?
Yes, yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were down in Melbourne probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and we had lunch with Paul, and then not long after that, he had a heart attack. He had major surgery. He had to get rushed in for.
Wow.
But he's okay. He's rang me today to tell me he's going good.
Yeah,
that's
I think
great,
Sue put something on Facebook a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
There's Uncle Bob.
Are they still together, Doris? Morning, Bob. Are they still together, Doris, or did they split up?
It's awkward. They're living separately at the moment, even though they're getting on amicably. But her mother's very ill and needs a lot of attention. But I think they are sort of back together.
All right.
In a roundabout sort of way. But yeah. G'day, Pete.
Hiya. Everybody are well?
All well, Pete?
Yeah, fine.
You? Yeah. How's it going?
Slowly. It's very tiring, Dave. Very tiring.
Yeah. I was lucky I didn't get that. No other side effects?
No, not really.
Good.
No,
sorry, bring me up to speed. What's been happening with you, Pete?
Oh, I'm being treated for prostate cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going through the old radiotherapy.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so
well, fingers crossed, mate.
Thank you. So it's 5 days a week, and Saturday, Sunday off for good behaviour.
I see Scott has only got a week to go, hasn't he?
Yeah, I finished the 22nd of December.
Yeah.
Morning, boys.
Hi, Dave.
Morning, dear. You all right, Ella, dear? Great. Lovely. Let's do that one there. Hello, Martin.
G'day, David.
Is it all right down? Is it all right down there?
Yeah. It's been a beautiful day today. Very warm.
Yeah.
In the mid-30s, but good drinking weather as normal.
Oh, well, you seem to manage it. It's very early for drinking, Martin.
Well, early for you, yeah, but not for us.
exactly.
I was actually Macca chastised me before for being home so early. I was home at 4 p.m. this afternoon. He said, "What happened to the 19th hole?" I
That
said,
doesn't
"Well,
contain any alcohol, by the way.
oh, the tea, yeah, yeah." I said
Oh.
to him, I had to get home because I had to peel some prawns and get dinner ready for my beautiful wife, who's just about to walk in the door in about 10 minutes.
Lovely. So you're having a Barbie then?
No, we're just having some garlic prawns for an entree, and then some chicken that she's going to cook. Yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Well, with your weather though, have you had some Barbies?
Well, it's really funny. We normally barbecue every week, but since my son and his girlfriend moved out, there's only me and my wife here now, and it's you guys probably know. Once the kids are gone, you tend to not cook as as much as what you used to do, especially barbecues were mainly for if you have parties and gatherings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm
Absolutely.
sure we'll pull. Well, I've got three out there. I've got a barbecue, a stainless steel barbecue, a gas-driven one. I've got a charcoal smoker,
Very good.
and I've got a rotisserie.
Oh, got it.
Talking of rotisseries, here he comes.
Lovely. Morning, Marco. Evening.
Morning.
Marco.
Evening.
All
How are
right.
you?
America.
You're 30 seconds too late for that comment, Macca.
What's that?
Well,
all
what was that?
I'll let you know.
Fruity was just welcoming you as usual.
In his usual way, yeah.
What were you
You'll have to
saying,
s-
Fruit?
You'll have to watch the replay.
Blackpool Bob, you look very, very smart there.
Hi, Uncle Bob. How are
I've
you?
had the right. Good day, mate. All right.
I can see that. I noticed the
Had the
ride.
Just the ride,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Happy
BBC
birthday from
Pete,
yesterday.
BBC
Thank
Pete,
you.
you've just yours as well. Your what?
Just a second.
And I've just done both
Give
of
it a good
mine.
scratch.
It's great. Yeah, you're looking good, Bob. Really great. Lovely.
I managed to get down to the barber's the other day. He says, my usual hairdresser was off. She's just had a baby, so I had to let this Turkish guy have it. And I said, just nice and short. Look, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, that is the modern. That is the fashion at the moment. That style. It's all.
You look very sexy, Uncle Bob.
Well, I am. I always have been.
Oh, talking about sexy, we got our crew bar director just coming in. He's looking good. Hello, Steve.
Morning, everyone. Morning.
Hey, Steve.
Very good. Oh yeah, he's been he had a bit of trouble at Old Trafford yesterday. You trying to fight your way back out, weren't you? Right,
Yeah.
Stephen, it's all for the good. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened, Steve? What happened?
I won.
Well, I had a skin cancer.
Oh, okay.
It just came up like a big, huge boil on my face.
Really?
Yeah.
But they don't normally do that. Was it a melanoma?
No.
No.
They called it something. I can't think what they called it now.
Squamous cell.
Pardon?
It was a squamous cell, you said.
That's it. Bob's the expert.
Well done, Bob.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had a couple. Yeah, don't worry. I know all about them. Yeah.
Yeah, it came up like a huge boil on my face. It took about 6 or 7 weeks, and it was huge. They took it off last Saturday.
I've never heard anything like that. So you had stitches?
No.
In fact, when we were in Ireland, we were, I was sharing a room with my very good friend BBC Pete, and Steve was sharing a room with Ollie, and Ollie said one morning to Steve, he said, "Who did you bring home last night?" It was getting bigger, and it was, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, it was a fucking corker. It's a form of skin cancer, but it's gone now, hopefully. I've got to go and get checked up in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
So they
In the
cut it
meantime,
out, send it away, do they?
they gave me 14 stitches in the meantime.
Shit.
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
Well, that.
I mean,
let
I've
that
had-
be let that be a lesson to you. You're spending too much time on the deck. You should be spending more time in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working in the bar or drinking in the bar.
Well, the
No,
funny thing
drinking.
is that I was never a big bronzy person. I was never one for going out bronzying when I was on the ship.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's what it is.
Anyway, well
Doesn't
done.
really-
Anyway, you're all right. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I
Scarface.
had one taken off the hoot here.
Did
about a
you?
year ago.
Yeah, I've had one
I've
off
had-
my ear as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had them cut here. I've had them cut there. I've on my back. I've had my ear cut off. I mean, shit. Yeah. You gotta,
I think
What's
I've
your
had
name?
Oh,
Van
here
Gogh?
we go.
What's
The
your name?
stories-
Van
the
Gogh?
stories- Oh God.
oh,
Here we
no, we're
go.
on form
We've
today,
only
aren't
just
we?
started. Only just started. Yeah.
The fruits are
Well,
like
you made-
Mine's
made
bigger than
Watsy
yours.
walk away.
Eh? Mine's bigger than yours.
Although-
It wasn't very pleasant.
I thought
Anyway,
maybe-
so let's move
Stevie,
on.
I thought maybe it was a Luton boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, has anyone heard from Brad of recent? You know, been in touch with
No.
Brad?
Well, it seems to be back at work and everything's back to normal. By the
Yeah, it
sounds of
seems
it.
to be. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, which is
The last
amazing,
thing
really.
I think the last thing I saw was when he put something on for Merchant Navy Day. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen anything since then.
It was
Yeah.
what reminded
Oh.
me, Fruity, was you with your backdrop for the poppies for today. You know, for the service armistice. You know, the 11th of the 11th, and it reminded me of Brad because he usually goes on these parades, doesn't he?
Well, he
Yeah, he
used to
does.
be. I don't know if he still is. He was the Merchant Navy Standard Bearer.
Right.
That I think was when he lived in Christchurch.
Christchurch.
Yeah.
Because when I was over there in 2017, in New Zealand, they celebrate Remembrance Day on the 11th, no matter what day of the week it is.
yeah.
And he took me, we went to the Auckland War Memorial for the service. Yeah, so
Might cut that mango.
what was that? Sorry.
Use that before it goes off.
Yeah. But yeah,
Remind us when Watsy comes back on. We better say hello because he's got his picture up, but he's not there at the moment. Or has he gone out? Is he still doing lawn mowing at this time of night with you back home? Or
Well,
unless
if he's
you've got
got,
a
if he's
torch
got lights.
mounted on it.
he has got headlamps.
Actually, something funny. I was picking somebody up the other night and I was dropping them off. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And there was this Asian guy up in front of his house cutting the lawn with headlights on his lawnmower.
No.
Unbelievable.
do you still go out doing that at night then, picking up people?
Oh, I did, yeah.
It's very
Especially
lucrative,
after-
Dave.
Especially after tranny bingo there.
Which little frock did you have on for that this time?
Oh, had a short little number there.
Did the bats match the dress though?
Oh, absolutely, darling. And I had a
The
tinge to the
droge.
right, too.
Oh, you know, you said the other week there was that comedian or something you said, but he's still doing a show, but probably not as many. Was it a drag show or was it or something? I can't remember. That you boys were either going to go all together for the next time it's going to happen.
Oh, he's on about the Major Oak, I think, Macca.
Yeah, Major.
Is
with
that imminent?
Bobby Bradford.
Bobby Bradford, that was it. Is it imminent?
Yeah. He's closing down in December. He's been doing it for 40 years since he left the ships. But it's still a good show. It's still a very, very good show. He has a few various artists that come on dressing up as,
They're good.
Yeah,
They're good too.
they are. Yeah, and he does
Yeah,
the
we booked-
first. Yeah,
We're booking for the 1st of December, aren't we, Martin?
yeah. So there's about 10 or 12 of us going on the 1st of December, just before he
I mean,
closes.
it's not,
like
it's
I say,
not
you
fine
can't keep
dining.
doing it. No, it's not fine
It's
dining.
not fine
it's
dining,
just-
but it's
No.
great laugh. But you got to be
Yeah.
broad-minded. I mean, it's basically for ship people. If you get offended, don't go.
No.
Yeah, that's right. I'll just have to take a call. Just give me a second, boys.
And he actually says that if you get
Oh,
offended.
well, actually, I am easily offended
Okay.
because Martin's just gone off to receive a phone call. I feel offended already.
Dave, can I ask you a question, Dave? Are you sat in a hole?
Did you say in one or on one?
In one. Oh, there you are.
Do you know what?
All right, are you on an escalator?
It's all right. It's just the weight. It's obviously the weight of my arse in the sofa. It just sinks lower and lower.
I heard that, Dave.
Oh,
Hello.
talking.
Hi,
Hello,
Miss
Deb.
Debbie.
Good morning. Hello, evening, Sue.
Good
What
morning.
did you say? Talking about arses, what?
Is that right? Yeah, exactly. I heard that. I had to come in and listen to that one.
Oh, blanking heck.
That's
Hello,
right.
you. Good. Do you
Happy
want
birthday, Bob.
I had that. All right.
Yeah, good. Another year older.
Yeah.
Looking younger.
Yeah. It
Had
comes
a
to
good
us
day?
all. Huh?
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I
Yeah.
know.
Hey, you should
come
have
round quick.
compliments though, Bob, because everyone was thinking you were about at least 6 years younger than what you are, and I thought that was bloody marvellous.
I thought I
Yeah.
was 30 years younger than I am, really.
Oh,
There you go.
shut it up.
Well, the
You're-
only
you're still
birthday
quicker
cake
to
with
me.
Blackpool on it was
Yeah.
70 years younger. I'll put the only one I could find. It had a 16-year-old on it.
I had one like, funny enough, I had one like that last year. Christopher had one made for me,
There's
very
no-
similar to that. Yeah.
I thought you meant a 16-year-old for a
Oh,
second.
blow it!
Yeah.
Hey, we just missed a chance to say hello to Watsy. He came back.
It's come and gone.
He's gone
He's
again.
Got to do another wardrobe change.
Oh yeah.
What, another Villa shirt?
That's
That's all he wears.
actually that's the 5th one he's worn this morning or this evening.
Well, he didn't help him last week.
All right. Oh, so, right. Yes,
Lucky
yes,
he's not here.
Martin. Right. Okay.
Thought I'd get that in.
Sorry about that, Fruity.
Did you hear about the ship, the princess ship today?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
What?
What?
Grand
Another problem.
Princess.
Yeah, it's coming. It left Sydney 2 weeks ago. I think it's around Fremantle or something, isn't it? And it's half the ship's full of COVID, and the other half's
For the diarrhea.
Gastro.
Oh, Christ.
gastro.
Oh, the Noro.
But
So
she's
got
pretty
COVID
old.
Something else coming out your house.
She's a very old ship, that one now. That
The Grand
that
Princess.
the
Grand
Grand
Princess.
Princess. She was my boy's first princess ship. That was nearly 25 years ago. So
Really?
I haven't heard
Yeah.
of it before.
Funny, isn't it?
We got-
It gets away from you. You don't realise how
Yeah.
old these ships are. Because when we
Yeah.
were sailing, like there was only a handful of ships. Nah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, they've got Majestic out here and Grand.
Had to be another princess ship, didn't it?
Yeah, and the Royal Princess was in
Oh,
Auckland.
she's up.
It was in
She's up
Wellington
too.
the other day because
Yeah, she's up.
Lady Askett put a photograph on of it coming
Yeah,
in.
That's
correct.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
there's,
Yeah.
there's 3 out. There's 3 princesses out. 4th princess. Fruity, when are you coming out there?
Nothing's planned there.
Not yet. Not yet.
She's the Queen Mother, dear.
That's
The Queen's
disrespect.
coming out.
No, listen, that's
Oh,
disrespect.
no, we've just missed it again. Believe
That's
me, I'm just
disrespectful.
gonna do a-
Disrespectful to Miss Butcher, calling me the Queen Mother.
Oh, yes.
And I spoke to him in the week, and he's fine.
Good.
Oh, it's good.
But no, look. If any of us are in conversation, and next time we see Watsy appear, we just stop the conversation and say hello because he came again but we were
Yeah.
you know, that's 6 times. You know, it's 7 times an out. You know that. So we've
Yeah,
got
he
to.
must have the lawnmower on autopilot or
Oh,
something. He's trying to check it.
That's right. He's probably.
He's got
this?
to feed. He's got to feed the sheep.
Oh,
My birthday
oh,
present.
look at that.
Oh,
No.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Bob.
Oh, flipping
I see
heck.
the sunburn
Yeah.
already.
Might have to book a trip to Blackpool.
How about that,
Oh,
beautiful
hey,
present.
Martin, you better be quick.
eh?
Bob, you know something? They put that on Chinese out here.
Do what?
They put that on Chinese meals out here.
Exo sauce.
Oh, yeah, right.
Extra
Yeah,
sauce.
sure. Yeah.
Right. Here's what's he.
I checked on Facebook yesterday. My boy bought it for me for my birthday. Very expensive.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's a
Oh,
nice
hello,
What's he?
hello, Watsy.
Hey,
You're wanted, Watsy.
You know, you've
gotta
got
get
to
a
stay
follicle.
for 30 seconds to get on the video at the end.
Yeah.
sorry about that.
No, it's all right. Were you going out into your wardrobe to see what other shirts you were going to wear for the crew bar?
No.
Martin said that.
No.
Martin said that's your 5th Villa shirt tonight.
That's a lie. That's a lie. First one today.
Great. Oh dear.
How's everybody? Good?
Good,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's good. All right,
We went out.
that's enough, Watsy. We'll get back to it now. So
Thanks.
it's all right. That's good to see you. Oh, and we
Oh,
better
it's
say
a-
hello to Taffy as well. Hello,
Hello,
Turn the
Taffy.
lawnmower
Hey,
on.
Taff.
It looks like he's in a fucking cellar.
Taffy, I hope that ladder 10 foot tall? Just hold on. Just watch your head. All right.
They've had a power cut in Wales.
I'll put the studio lighting on. Hang on.
It looked like it was the ceiling.
Huh.
Where is he?
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah,
Is that the valleys? Taffy?
that is the valley.
That's the
Oh.
soft filter, that's a soft filter to make me
Yeah.
to get rid of the wrinkles.
Hasn't worked.
No.
Hasn't worked, Taff.
Yeah. Hey, your boys are playing today, Steve. I'll
Yeah,
keep my fingers
absolutely.
crossed for you.
Oh,
Everybody's on today.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
notice you're up in the playoffs almost.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Well,
sure.
well
Up with
done.
the big boys this year.
Yeah, never mind these Hollywood clubs, your Liverpools and your Chelseas and your Man Uniteds.
Yep.
Aston Villa.
Not many of them are there.
no.
Well, actually, if you want, there's a team called Mansfield Town, which is close to
Oh,
where
yeah.
I'm. And
1
I'll
o'clock.
tell you, Nigel Clough's managing them at the moment, Brian's son, and they've gone 16 games in their division without a loss,
Oh.
Wow.
and they're in actual automatic playoff position at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
But they went 19 games, but lost in a League Cup second round or something to some team. I forget which team it was, Hartlepool or something.
What's that?
Bristol
League Two,
Rovers. Yeah, League Two. Yeah,
mate? League Two.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Taffy,
I used-
question for you: Is Bobo in town, or has he gone up to London for the, or what? Do you know?
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to ever keep track of Bobo in the future because now his family is coming over to Margate.
Yeah. He was in London yesterday.
So he'll have to buy another
was
bike.
he?
He'll have to buy another bike now. He'll have bikes. He'll have about a dozen bikes all over the place.
Who's come over?
His
All
family.
his family in Australia are coming over.
Oh,
They've
are
all
they?
got. They've all just got visas. All the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's-
but
I
what's
got
going
a
on?
question for Martin. Martin, Wrexham beat Mansfield in the FA Cup on November the 4th.
yeah, That was it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Google.
Oh well,
Yeah.
that's the
Wrexham is a great story, really. I got to admit.
Wrexham's another Hollywood team.
yeah, the Hollywood.
Yeah, well, let's be fair. I think they're lovely to see that young lady down in Australia again. She doesn't have to make that computer picture look far better than normal. But I was just thinking that Wrexham, we're all nice people, really. You know. Honestly, I think we are, and we all love the minnow, don't we? The underdog.
Oh, the battlers, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And when you think of Wrexham is the oldest football club in Wales. If I'm not sure about Britain, but definitely.
No, they're not in Britain. No.
It's the oldest football club in Wales. And when you think that they've survived professionalism, because I know it's always
their ground was an old race track.
Oh, they call it the race course.
Yeah. Race course, yeah.
Yeah. But that's why we all love supporting the older, the underdogs. I mean, obviously, Pete, that's what drew you to supporting Chelsea, I guess.
Well, when I first started supporting them, they were an underdog.
Yeah.
I know.
You remember Grimsby Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was an old joke years ago said, why did Grimsby never play at home? Because they were always away fishing.
Oh, dear.
Oh, very good.
I don't think they had a home ground, though.
Did
Not
they
sure.
That's probably the reason I never played at home, Doris.
Well, that was the joke as well, yeah.
I didn't get it.
Oh, God. Yeah, the jokes are going well today, aren't they?
Yeah, that could apply to Fleetwood as well, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah, Bob, I hoping to be up there in the spring. I like Fleetwood, I love that drive along from Blackpool to Fleet or cycle it. I can cycle it from Blackpool to Fleetwood, and you can park up over in Fleetwood. There's a beautiful parking place right on the beach almost in Fleetwood. So I'm going to be up in the spring for a few days. We'll catch up.
Yeah, you won't be taking me to Fleetwood, mate.
No. Yeah, well, you won't get on the back of my bike nowadays.
It's a dump.
I like it. I like old dumps. These posh places. There's more character in the dumps.
It used to be when it was a big fishing port. It was okay, but it's because there's no fishing now. That's it. It's done.
It's a lovely walk around. You can walk around it for a couple of hours though, and enjoy the walk.
Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Was there ever ferries running out of Fleetwood?
There was, long years. Isle of Man ferries, P&O ferries. It's all gone now. Everything's finished.
And where's Heysham? Is that further up?
Heysham's at Morecambe.
Morecambe. So is that south? Is that south or north?
North. The other side of Morecambe Bay. If you go up from Fleetwood across the bay, Heysham's just south of Morecambe.
Is that still running as a ferry?
Yeah, it's still going. Yeah.
We should have a crew bar on tour up in Blackpool, up in Boston.
Good idea.
In the posh.
Good idea.
Do one Blackpool. And Macca, you've suggested we do some cruise around the Fijian Islands or something. You said there was a good idea.
We'll get
but not on the Crown Princess. We won't be.
That'd be nice for us to pop over to do that.
I just renewed my travel insurance the other day. She says, "Do you want to include cruising?" I said, "Well, I think the insurance worldwide for a year was just over 300 quid." I said, "How much is it to include cruises?" She said, "Just a minute." She went on. She said, "That'll make it £900 a year."
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of COVID. They're very anti-cruise ship with COVID, Bob.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I put that we went
I wonder
on a cruise
why.
last time.
Because Debbie was sick on our last cruise,
Yeah, I do. I
And-
wasn't covered.
and we paid, I think it was like 500 euros
No,
to
it
get
wasn't
her.
that much.
It was,
A
but
couple of hundred.
oh,
I got- no.
originally it was 500, and they put it back. And there was a condition in our policy saying exempt from cruising.
Yeah, well, I didn't
No.
pay for it. It's too expensive. Yeah, I didn't say.
Actually, I nearly got divorced last night. I'll tell you a story. God. I went to this auction, right? So I had a cash check to buy a house,
Well, it was made out
Right.
to the age.
and I got to the auction. We weren't successful at the auction to buy it. So I went out to the airport, took people out there, dropped them, and on the way back, I stopped and had some Chinese food, and then I jumped in the car. I came back home, and then in the evening, Deb and I went out for dinner, and she said to me, "Oh, where's that cash check, the bank check?"
I'll put it back in the bank.
Put it back in the bank, and I went to my man bag, and I said, "It was in my wallet. Where is it?" Oh, anyway, boom. And can you imagine? It's for a check for a house. It's a lot of money.
You should have heard it.
And-
I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm not going to sleep.
And I've checked the car, and then I rang the bottle shop because I picked up a bottle of wine on the way home. And I said, "I haven't left an envelope with a check in there." He said, No. And I went back and I thought, what was that bloody restaurant I was at? Couldn't remember the name. So I Googled it, went on Google Maps, found out where the restaurant was, and I rang them. And this guy could hardly speak English. I said, "Hello, I went there today to eat food. Only me, you, in the whole restaurant, nobody else." He said, "Oh, yeah. I said, "I leave envelope. You find envelope?" "Ah, envelope. I see envelope here." Oh, can you open?" "Yeah." "What inside?" "Oh, big check." "Okay, I ring
Just for deposit.
Uber come pick up check." "Okay, boss, no problem." Anyway, the Uber picked it up, brought it back to me. How lucky was that, eh?
Right.
Flipping heck.
Ooh,
Oh, well.
God.
I bet that bloke, the Chinaman in the restaurant, thought, "Bloody hell, that's the best tip I've ever had."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was made out to be real estate. I don't know if it's a bank check. I don't know if anyone could have used it.
Cashed it.
Well,
No.
You can write on the back, say, "Please."
But it's
I
just,
don't know whether you
I
can.
don't think you can do that anymore. But anyway, it was a. Can you imagine?
Worried.
I was worried not finding it. Never mind.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame about that. You were hoping to, it was a nice place, wasn't it? Where you were saying about looking for Mecca.
Yeah, there was this lady was bidding, and she's not going to fit into the area that it goes. And she had these two hillbilly sons, and she was just upping, and it was going up and up. And I said, Deb wasn't there; she wouldn't go. And in the end, I was with one of my daughters, and I just said, "I'll forget it. I'm out of here. I'm not overpaying for anything."
It went for a lot more than I
You
thought
should
it
have.
would go for more.
It went for $250,000 over the reserve price.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
knew
the
that. I knew.
reserve.
Mm.
Blimey.
What part of Sydney?
North Epping,
Yeah, right. No, they're not far from where you are then.
right across the road from my restaurant, Bobby. That's
Oh,
why we wanted it.
Too close.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Would Watsy be able to do the grass cutting in the lawn zones?
North Epping. I don't go that far on my holidays.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, what a bitch.
remember that?
He prefers the desert to the ocean, obviously.
Oh, God.
Lucky we haven't got any grass to cut, isn't it?
Well, that's why Stevie doesn't come around. I have. I've got artificial grass in the balcony.
Oh, that's for Alfie.
That's for Alfie to have a pee on.
Be busy, Steve, now with all the rain we had.
Yeah, we've had some good rain, eh?
Yeah. God.
Good rain. Yeah. Not as many days as we'd like, but yeah, what's come has been very good.
It's been good. We need it. It's
Yeah,
been
you
cold in
need
the UK.
We've got
We
it.
do need it, Dave. Yeah, we do need it. It's very dry and dusty out there, and they're saying that there's not much in the forecast. So they're talking, we'll be back on water restrictions before you know.
Yeah,
no.
we've had some really hot days, haven't we?
Mm.
We have,
Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
You think so?
Yeah.
Last year you were getting bloody floods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
no.
getting slaughtered last year with rain. Absolutely. This time last year, we were that busy. It was unbelievable. This year, there's nothing growing.
Yeah. I heard they were getting floods around Nottingham as well, not so long ago.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
All the cars getting washed up. I don't know when it was. What's it like in the UK? Is it cold now? It's getting cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, as the temperature has dropped a bit. Yeah, it has.
Is it?
Yeah, are
Yeah,
you,
well,
you
it's
you're
miserable.
trying to keep warm?
It's only been getting up to about 10 degrees down here during the day.
10?
Yeah,
10.
Whoa.
I know.
Debbie, it's absolutely miserable. What time is it now? Look, it's 9:30, and look, it's almost still dark and grey. It's bloody miserable over here this way. I don't know if I'm going to stick this winter. I really don't.
Well, don't you normally go abroad, Alan? Don't you normally go
most
abroad?
years I head south, but I don't know. I don't feel up to it this year. But it's early on because it's only bloody November, man.
Yeah.
And I'm up to year with it already.
Oh
Really?
dear.
It might change. It might
Yeah.
say that.
Fuck.
Yeah. I'm going to hand over to you, Dave, because it's getting late for me.
All right, Colonel. We'll
What
say
time is it?
goodbye to Colonel because it's very early in the morning.
It's
It's
2 o'clock in the.
Yeah, almost 2 o'clock. Yeah.
2 o'clock in
Thanks,
the
thanks for
morning.
making the effort, Colonel.
On you, John. Good on you.
Always.
And
See ya.
Sweet
showing
dreams.
the flag, Colonel. The Wrexham baseball cap looks great on you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
all appreciate what you're doing, Johnny.
Okay.
We do, don't we, Fruity?
We'll see
We
you.
do, yes.
Absolutely.
All right, here you go.
See you later, mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
Johnny,
gone.
he's gone.
Oh dear.
He
oh.
flew, dear.
Yeah.
He flew.
He flew.
Oh, yeah, the skirt's been well hitched. Yeah. Yes, it's up and away.
There's some nice photographs in the backdrops today. I got to say that Steve, that's a cracker. That is the bridge and the poppies. Yeah, it's some nice photographs. Fair play.
Lovely. Yeah, well, Fruity's acknowledging the 11th of the 11th today, which is very nice.
I
Very,
did
very
yesterday. I had my double-breasted overcoat on, my navy blue double-breasted overcoat, the red scarf, and the poppy. And I went to the rugby match, and they all look like bloody ragamuffins there. The women as well. They all had all these old donkey jackets on, and
Well, you would have got the best dress.
I done 10 laps of the ground.
Were you watching your nephew?
No, he wasn't playing. He did play, but he played for Cardiff University yesterday. But I went to watch my club play, and we are doing well. We've won 4 out of our 5 games so far.
Oh, excellent.
Well,
Is that Llanelli?
No, it's in Welsh. It's Trecellin, but that means New Bridge. It's Newbridge. It's called
Newbridge.
Newbridge.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean they used to be in the top 14 Welsh clubs in Wales, but since it's gone professional 15 years or so ago, they dropped down the divisions to say about number 3 in Wales.
Mm-hmm.
But last year they went up a division to number 2, and to win, I was surprised they're doing so well, to be honest. But
What sort of crowds do you get there, Taffy?
Well, this is the thing. When I used to go there in my teens and 20s, you'd have 3,000 or 4,000 there. Now you get 400 or 400, maybe 400. Completely changed now.
It's a local club.
Yeah,
Is it
it's a local club. I mean, but it's nice facilities, beautiful big stand, and a big clubhouse.
Yeah.
But it's got all the facilities that it always had. But the people just don't go anymore. They're
not going to get the funding, are they?
I always say, I drive up there on a Saturday and I go up an hour early and I go for a nice walk. And you can see all the guys walking around with their wives holding hands off the bloody Tesco's. And I think, what's happened to the men of the world? You know, instead of being at
There's
a
no gays in the village.
yeah, there's a lot of gays
Only
in the
gay in
village
the village.
nowadays.
So why are they not going? I wonder what reason, Taffy. Why?
Well,
Why?
Society has just changed. Men have become wimps, out and out wimps.
Really?
Except for a few, of course. I mean, but I mean, look, you've got 7 days in a week. Do you have to go shopping on a bloody Saturday? You know, Saturday. That's your time to get away from everything. The man needs a bit of distance, and the woman needs a bit of distance.
Yeah.
What
is it? The size of the Wellington boots?
Oh, did you see that picture, that new hairdo on Fiona?
Oh, she's lovely, isn't she?
That's what reminded me. She's looking good.
She looks lovely. And
who's Fiona?
They made
Fiona. Oh, hang on.
Fiona's the sheep.
Fiona the sheep.
Fiona, and they made another program.
Don't get the Kiwis excited.
Yeah.
And
Well, quick one. Fiona is a sheep. She fell down from a cliff edge 2 years ago down onto this very inaccessible small beach.
And the wellies
which
are
had a
still on the
cave.
top of the cliff.
But what happened was a canoeist, or no, a kayaker, 2 years ago went for a paddle or something, and then she saw the sheep on the beach, and she went back the following year, and the sheep was still there, but obviously she'd grown her fleece was now, she was like a wild, really wild. Anyway, she was still there, alive and surviving. So she reported it, and these young I think it was young farmers, went down. They couldn't get to it by It couldn't go by boat. It was too rocky and that. So they climbed down the edge of this. I'll say cliff face. It wasn't a cliff face. You could climb down, but you needed ropes and that to get down. And they got down, wrapped her up. They put her into a tarpaulin, didn't they? In the end,
a big canvas bag.
Wrapped her up in a canvas bag, and then got her back up. And they took her to a farm, which is one of these farms that she's gonna become a sort of like a touch animal, for kids and that to touch. She just loves people. She loves people. Absolutely wonderful. And she's had a haircut. And she was on the main news again only this last week, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And they called her Fiona.
God, for heaven's sake, don't send her to New Zealand. She'll be abused.
Oh, Ian, stop. Can she survive all that time, though?
There was grasses around there, and she had the cave or whatever for protection.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And she was there. Honestly, she's done, and she's great. She's lovely. In fact, the thing is, she's very attractive. Actually,
she is. Yeah.
What, from the front or the back?
I was going to say I wouldn't know what she looked like, but she's very attractive.
She loves the sound of zips, apparently.
Yes.
Things aren't going too well for Dave.
I just asked Santa Claus to bring me a new pair of wellies for Christmas.
Did you on my driving test, Mac, on the driving test, I get to the end of the driving test and my instructor says, "Can you make a U-turn?" I said, "Make a U-turn? I make its bloody eyes water."
Oh. Okay.
Only for the goodie, Taff.
No more from me.
Oh, great. Oh, dear.
Actually, talking to Watsy and Martin, because the rest of you guys won't know, we went to Otto's for lunch today, and John Law.
Wow. David knows.
John, Freddie, you know Otto's, Woolloomooloo Wharf, and John Laws was on the table next to us, and he's nearly 90, and oh my God, he can hardly walk. He's got a stick.
He's pretty quick, they said.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I thought someone told me that he was overseas on holidays and he got pretty sick.
Ah,
yeah.
He's on.
Yeah.
He's on radio though, isn't he? Still.
He's still on the radio, yeah.
So what is
Yeah.
he? What is he? Or who was he?
He's a radio,
he's a radio presenter, Dave.
personality.
They
Very
called him.
good.
They called him
Radio.
golden
Yeah.
tonsils.
In
Yeah.
his
He's
day,
very-
he was very, very good.
Yeah.
Number one. Number one.
In current
You know, he
affairs,
drives around
you know,
Sydney in convertible Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
He lives
Yeah.
right on the water.
He lost his wife a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the princess. You
Very
never got
sad.
over that.
Yeah.
Very sad. Yeah. It was-
That's a Yeah. good
But
question. Who's your favorite broadcaster of all time?
Noel Edmonds.
No,
Noel Edmonds.
Mine was the Irish one on BBC Two, Radio 2 for years.
Oh,
Terry
what-
Wogan.
Terry
Yeah,
Wogan.
Terry Wogan.
Terry
yeah.
Terry Wogan, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Terry Wogan was good. Yeah.
I could listen to it every
Tony
day.
Blackburn.
Well, I did.
Now, how many
Tony
people
Blackburn,
listen?
yeah, Radio
Who
1.
you-
Yeah.
Who used to listen to the Janet and John stories?
Ooh.
I tell you what, I've driven up the motorway going to work in the morning when it's been on, and you see these people going by, and they're almost got tears running down their cheeks. So they were so near the mark.
Yeah. Oh, he was brilliant. He really
Have you
was.
never heard any, Dave?
No.
Oh, you can find them online. Brilliant.
Okay. Yeah.
Who is it?
Well, there used to be for you rugby players or rugby followers, Alan Jones. You've heard of Alan Jones because he used to coach us.
Yeah.
Well, he was number one radio broadcaster, and John Laws. They were fighting each other to become number one. So they were on the same time, different radio stations, and fighting for ratings.
Ratings,
And,
the top spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Alan Jones.
They actually worked on the same radio station when it was 2UE. Macca, remember? Jones
Yep.
did.
That's
Jones
right, they did, yeah.
And Lawsey did mornings.
Yeah. And then they had a big fallout, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Big
Jonesy
fallout
got
with
himself
John
into a
Laws.
lot of trouble legally, you know.
Who did?
Who did?
Jonesy.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alan,
was he-
well, everybody
They
knows that.
tends
Well, the
to have-
cottage
He was always crossing the line, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
But
at the
my
cottage.
favourite radio one, radio is with BBC. It's BBC, and I don't know if you've heard of Radio London Sports and that. But
Oh,
the best one I know is a bloke called Pete Stevens. I don't know.
I was going to say, my
Ah,
favourite
his
BBC
name.
Pete.
He's pretty good. He's pretty
Yeah.
good.
He's
a
lasted
legend.
a long time.
yeah, surprisingly. Not as long as Tony Blackburn, but
Yeah. How many
Tony-
years, Pete, did you do at the BBC?
27.
27, flipping heck,
Yeah.
Pete. That's brilliant. And with all the radio guys that obviously were coming in, who was your favourite?
Oh,
I mean, as a person, let alone as their presentation, as a person.
as a person. Oh, well, Danny Baker was great to work with. It just didn't give him long enough. Tony Blackburn was brilliant.
Yeah.
Tony
Tony Blackburn.
And he was a nice person, you know.
He was a nice person as well, a complete master of his craft. Great broadcaster. Yeah.
What about Noel Edmonds?
No.
Didn't like
Dickhead.
Noel? Was he?
No, not at all. No.
Spoke highly of you.
He was, yeah.
Tell us what you really think of him, Pete.
He was very arrogant, but Macca, very arrogant.
Oh.
No,
Well, John Laws is arrogant too, isn't he? Don't you
Very.
think, Matt? So yeah, he's
Yeah,
very arrogant.
he never used to. In fact, he never, when he used to put his car in for a service, he used to hate paying for the car because the Rolls Royce is going to be cheap to service. So he'd offer the bloke free advertising on his radio. Well, that went that went against the radio policy. You know, that's how they get their money. They want you to pay, don't they? So they can, you know. Lawsy had his own way. I still listen to Tony Blackburn.
Did you speak to him, Macca?
What's that?
Did you speak to him?
Is that
No.
Tony there? Yeah.
He smiled at us.
Look,
Yeah, so it was with
if
a
you're
woman.
if
so-
you're a personality, do you really want people coming up? I mean,
Sure.
you know, let them have their own space. You know,
A lot of them do, Mecca. A lot of them do.
yeah, I know.
Actually, I think he would have liked us to have gone up.
On the way out, there were a couple of guys that put their arms around him and had selfies. You know, that's fine. But,
yeah.
You know,
Mm.
but I tell you what, though, the $85 pasta was fucking enjoyable.
Was it?
You got the bill, then you didn't enjoy it.
It was
That's
one of
10%.
the
I bet he didn't. I bet Lawsy didn't pay for his lunch.
He didn't pay. No, he just got up and walked out.
It was used
Martin.
to be
Well,
fun,
he used to be an owner.
Martin, yeah. Mecca paid Lawsy for his, don't worry.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That's it.
I'll tell you
Macca,
what
when
they do,
they
they're very
charged you
smart.
$85, but that included his meal as well.
Mate, I tell you what they do. They are so clever
Was it
because it's Sunday. There's a 10% surcharge, right? So what they do is they put on 10% of everything that you order, so you don't notice it. But I picked up the bill, and I said to my brother-in-law, I said, "Hang on a second. I ordered a bottle of wine, and it was $77 a bottle. It's the cheapest bottle I could find on the list, and it's $93 on here."
Yeah.
And then I looked at all our meals, and I thought, the cheeky bastards. Instead of charging us down below, so you got
10%
like,
over the whole bill.
yeah,
And
like
then you
$60
then you add
tip.
10%, yeah.
You know, it looks as though you got to leave a tip because it's all lost in everything that you order.
Can you give us the name of this restaurant? Because if we ever manage to afford to fly down to Australia, we certainly won't be able to afford to go to that place.
there.
Well, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
the
You
next
will
time,
if you go with
next time
Mecca.
I come, you've got to take me there.
No, Susan had a $200 voucher to use because it was given to her by her.
Look at
Okay,
that.
don't say one.
No,
Well, that,
you got to get a
that
$200
covered
voucher.
the entree anyway.
Well,
It would have, a dozen oysters, Martin. A dozen oysters, $100.
no, just under.
Oh,
90
bullshit.
$98 for a dozen
Oh,
oysters.
you could go to the
fucking
we had,
bite me.
we had there's an oyster bar at the Opera House. We had a dozen
Yeah, it's good.
oysters there and a few drinks, and it wasn't that expensive.
No.
I love that oyster bar. It's a great oyster bar.
Yeah, it was
Is
about $5 an
That's
oyster.
fine.
But I mean,
Is that place still up George Street? As you're going back from, say, the Fortune of War end, and you're walking up George Street on the right
Yeah.
hand side, there used to be a pub up there that specialised in oysters. Is it still there?
What's the name of the pub?
Jackson on
I
George.
can't
Oh,
remember.
Jackson on George.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
It's been all
They've
redeveloped, hasn't it?
redeveloped it, Martin.
Yeah, they renovated all that.
What?
But
Yeah.
What recently? What recently? I'm sure it was still there last time I was there.
I think it's taken 5 years under Reno. So when was the last time you were here? Before COVID? It was 3 years ago.
2020.
Yeah, so nearly 3
I
years
remember
ago.
going by it. I was going to go in there one day and I didn't. I thought it was still there.
Because there was scaffolding around it, you wouldn't have recognised it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
Right.
it's not famous for
It's still
oysters,
there.
Dave.
Well, that's
But it
That's
used
the
to
goal.
be.
You could
There was
find-
one place up there that they it was one of the things they always advertised as selling. Maybe it was when I was there in 2017, but the last time I saw it. But
You're better off going to the fish markets.
yeah. That's where
When-
you go. Martin.
actually, next time you come out, Dave, they're renovating the fish markets, and it's going to be absolutely Mickey Mouse.
yeah, but I was
reckon.
walking up George Street. I can't walk to the fish markets.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get an Uber. You
Just
can have
telling
Uber,
you,
don't
for
you?
future reference.
We'll go in an Uber, Fruity.
Yeah,
He loves Uber. Ask Freddie about Uber.
yeah. I tell you what, I didn't have. I tell you where I did have good Uber was when I was staying in Fremantle last time. That was brilliant service. But that Sydney
they
one
serve-
that time was
Did they
just a load
serve
of bollocks.
oysters in
Well,
the back of it?
What, did they
It's
not
the
find
same-
you?
No, they didn't,
David,
David.
it's the same service in Sydney, but stop moving. Because they pick you up where you order from, but you start walking. So Uber
No, I
can't
didn't.
find you.
I only walked because Elaine Denmead told me to walk.
Come on, no
Yeah,
domestics.
I ended up getting a bloody bus, I think.
Well, get a hire car next time.
Oh. Hey, what's
No.
he? The previous picture was the 1828 oldest pub. What was that pub?
Fortune of
Fortune of
War, where
War.
Fruity just said.
That's where Freddie
Yeah.
goes.
That was Fortunes of War. Sorry. Yeah.
That was my pub, wasn't it, Macca?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you a story about Fortunes of War. Big Dennis. Remember Dennis Fitzgerald?
Fitzgibbons.
Dennis,
Yeah.
Fitzgibbons. He was in Sydney last week. I couldn't catch up with him. I tried. But he said, I walked into Fortunes of War, and on the wall was the same picture of the Canberra signed by, I don't know who signed it, some of the crew, framed, and was still on the wall. And he donated it to that pub. So that would have been 40 years ago, and it's still on the wall.
Well, there's loads of ships photos on the wall in there, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, the one that Dennis gave them was still there.
Dave,
So
do you know that-
whereabouts is that pub? Because I don't
Just
remember.
on the
Just
rock.
up the rocks. Just up
On
the
the
road
rocks.
from the Orient.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right from the
right, okay.
If you come out of the Orient and turn right, and it's just down there on the right-hand side before you get to where the flyover is.
Yeah, because you go up the steps into on the rock. You've got the one you can go up to the top, and there's a sort of a terracey bit, isn't there? Open.
Oh, that's right up the other end.
No. Come down onto George Street.
That's the other end. If you come out of the Orient and turn left and go up, it's up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depends which door you come out of, Dave.
Well, true, because you could end up going up the one that goes the other way, goes up the top and comes out by not the hero of Waterloo. What's the other one up there?
Lord Nelson.
Yeah,
No?
Lord
Lord
Nelson.
Nelson.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
I did a
tables and
little.
chairs out the front now. haven't
I
they?
did a little tour around there one night because Mr. McCallum told me to find out how many pubs there were. So
Where is it?
I set off from the Fortune of War, and by the time I got back, I was absolutely legless. I went from the Fortune of War to the Orient, then I carried on along the Mercantile. Christ knows there's another one there. Then I did the Hero of Waterloo somewhere else, and then I came back. And what's the name of the road that runs down the side of the Orient? There's a pub just round the corner. You go in like through a courtyard. Oh, what's the
Then
name
you
of
went
that
back to
road?
work.
I can't remember the name of the street.
Is
You
this
know
when
where
you're
they have-
working?
Sorry?
Is this when you're working?
No, it was one of the times when I was over on holiday. I think it was 2014.
You were always around there, weren't you? Every morning.
And did you have to taste a refreshment in each pub?
Oh, definitely.
He did. Everywhere he went.
Yeah.
And what were you drinking?
Probably beer. I can't remember now. Beer or wine, one or the other. I can't.
Wine and soda.
So where's Alistair tonight?
He's going to some Remembrance Day thing somewhere, something to do with Hearts Football Club, I think.
Hearts. Yeah.
Oh, that's good of him.
Yeah,
Dave, that's what we've got to organise for. Maybe what are we now? 2023, 2024, 2024-25. Reunion Sydney Suva. Sydney VG.
Oh, right. So a year in January, February time, whatever.
Yeah. What do you think, Martin? It's a long way. Well, we got to England. You come here.
Cruise in there or fly in there or what?
Well, we'll fly over there, cruise, do a 7-day cruise
Or cruise and come back.
and cruise come back, or cruise from Sydney out to Fiji and back. 10-day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the boys can fly out if they want to stay and go to Queensland or whatever, or hang around in Sydney. We organise functions and parties and get-togethers.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Be great.
That would be something to look forward to, wouldn't
A
it?
2-week trip. Yeah.
Wow.
Right, guys. Look, I'm going to go because I've had my breakfast, so I'm going to disappear.
Well, it is 10:01.
It looks like you're
Fruity.
shrinking.
Time to go
Fruity,
anyway, isn't
Is there an Oscar? Is there an Oscar thing?
No, there isn't. But what I might do, I might try and find a Janet and John story.
Oh
And
yeah.
send it to the Colonel and ask him if he'd put it on the end because they are amusing.
Do. That would
Right.
be good. That would be brilliant. Oh, great. All right, now look, boys, and obviously, I was saying boys and Debbie, obviously. All right, Debbie. All right.
Yeah. Lovely to see you, Debbie.
We'll put the.
Nice to have some glamour in the house.
She's lucky to have me, Taffy.
We'll have to try and see you when we come over next year.
It'd be
We'll have
lovely
to try
to
and meet-
see everybody.
And
Honestly.
continued good health to Steve and Pete, by the way.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, and we keep forgetting Blackpool
Yeah,
Bob because
John.
you wouldn't even think he's had any operations as
Mate,
well.
you look great, Bobby.
I know. I thought
You look great, mate.
And
Did look good, Bob.
Fruity's looking good. You look really
What?
good, Fruity.
Oh well, I had a good result. I had a good result on Monday because I had an oncology
great.
appointment.
Yeah, well, we heard that. Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
PSA was 0.014, so it's good.
I sent you a message.
Yeah, I know you
Great.
did.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right.
Apart from the hair transplant, then Bob, what else did you have?
Well, the what?
I said, apart from the hair transplant, what else did you have?
Well, if you get the right idea.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Unfortunately,
He's back
I
on the
had a
dating service,
a colostomy.
It's
Bobby, are you
looking
back on the
great.
dating service?
Right,
Huh?
look, I'm going. I'll see you all.
Are you
All
back
right,
on my
boys and
dating?
girls.
All right.
Right.
See ya. Bye.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Right.
Bye.
We've pressed the
Bye.
button.
Nice seeing you all.
Bye. Bye.
Lovely seeing
Thank
you all.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you, Alan.
All right.
Nico San